Nation. My name is Alexis Lorraine, and I'll be your host tonight. Tonight we are going to be joined by Jane, and she's going to have a great story for us, just like all of our guests have had wonderful stories, so it's going to be awesome. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Leslie. It's so nice to see you. So nice to have you join us. I just love the fact that we have regular ally viewers. It's just like the best thing ever. Hi, Charlie. It's late. Go to bed, Charlie. Okay, so there's Jane. Let's bring her. Ready? Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. Oh, makeup brush. Don't need to do my makeup right now. Didn't have time. So, hello. Welcome.
Hey, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you this evening?
I am doing well.
Good. Excellent. So, we're getting our usual suspects of followers coming on, so, keep an eye on them. So why don't you start, as always, by introducing yourself, name, pronouns, anything else that you think we need to know about.
Okay. Jane, she, her, 25. Yeah.
And that's about it, right? So
yeah, pretty much.
Honestly, it's funny, is that the introductions always make me think of, my name is Jane, I'm 25, I like long walks on the beach, and
yeah.
So, but I mean, it's fine. This is how our process goes.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I do apologize. I'm a little frazzled right now because I just sold the last two pieces of big furniture that I have before my move. And the person just came and picked them up, so they were late, of course. So I'm a little frazzled, but I'm going to make this work. We're going to do just fine. So,
okay.
Let us start with the standard question, and we can always go from there. So, at what point did you realize that either you were transgender, or if you didn't know the term transgender, then at what point did you realize that maybe you weren't what you were assigned at birth?
Well, I was actually, I had just gotten a new group of friends who I knew from some volunteer work, and there was a large trans community within that, and I kind of was very interested, and I kind of grew more and more interested in a very subtle way, if that makes sense. And then one day I was watching a YouTube video and something just clicked, and I wasn't sure what my new gender identity was, but I knew the old one was gone.
Right.
And yeah, it was, and things just kind of fell into place after that. Once I got the whole questioning process out of the way.
So you're saying that you didn't have any earlier inklings of basic dysphoria with childhood and anything like that?
I mean, I wouldn't say there weren't any. There were definitely a handful of moments where I was man, I wish I could wear clothes like that. But
I tell you, sweetie, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I always envied the beautiful clothing that all the girls around me were wearing, and I just wished I'd been able to, just be myself earlier, because I'm so much more confident and comfortable in the clothes I wear now, and if I'd just been myself from the very beginning, so many years of wasted opportunity and wasted happiness. But as I often tell people, my journey brought me this direction for a reason. So, okay. So, tell me more about this group of people that you were interacting with that helped you come to your realization.
It was a local group of anarchists, pretty much.
Of course.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap between like the trans community and like the anarchist community, especially on the internet. That's something I've noticed. Yeah, it's
If you don't know, just talk to Kaylee Cake. She'll inform you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I'm one of the page admins now on Facebook. I like to call it like trans anarchist thirst book because it's just like it's all just like.
Hold on, I have to acknowledge this. Okay, so
that's awesome.
One of my students and the young lady who's on here tonight, Leslie, and her mother, Rebecca, have been the most wonderful people I could have come across in my journey. They, without anything in return, they have given me so much love and support, and I am so incredibly grateful and so incredibly touched. And I cried for about 10 minutes when he gave me this today. Cried for 10 minutes in the beginning of my 8th period class. So in front of a bunch of 12-year-olds. It's not a good sign to show weakness, folks. You don't show 12-year-olds weakness. They will kill you.
Oh.
So anyway, I had to acknowledge it because she's on here, and I absolutely had to, because it's just absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's so beautiful, and I'm just...
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
I'm doing it too now.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so go ahead. So we're talking about your anarchist friends, the ones who are trying to destroy the world.
Oh, yeah. Can't bring about a new world without destroying this one.
Exactly. You have to burn down the first one.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a pretty decent trans and non-binary presence in that, and I kind of started like questioning my own identity in like a kind of a non-binary way at first, before like it really hit me that like transitioning was an option.
Right.
And now I kind of realize I'm probably closer to a binary trans woman, if not like fully binary. I'm not sure like whether I
would you possibly label yourself as demi-girl, or like almost binary but not quite binary?
Sure.
Of course, here's the great thing. Rebecca. Okay. Just ask Leslie. She'll tell you. Or you can watch the earlier parts. Okay, so yeah, the nice thing about labels is that they're your labels. You can do with what you will. If you find that a label is not suiting you, then by all means, change your label. You don't even need to label yourself. And that's what's so frustrating about our community, is that we feel this innate need to label ourselves. And while that can be healthy and beneficial, it can also create this idea that we have to conform to a role. And as any good anarchist knows, you don't have to do anything.
There you go. That's exactly it.
So, okay. So you found this group, and they helped you. How did they help you, though? I mean, okay, so we have some overlap in the trans community with the anarchist community, but how did they specifically help you figure out what was going on with you?
I think it was just like the exposure.
Okay.
Just like understanding that there are like people like this out there, and that like it is possible that I am one of them, as opposed to just kind of like being a boy and hating it. Right. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. It's you have this. You're shown that there is a wider world out there. And so often it's the lack of our exposure that leads us to being stuck in a role that isn't meant for us.
Exactly.
But, who knows? We're making it up as we go sometimes. All right. So you have this journey. Now, when you decided to, well, first off, how are you going about? Are you transitioning? Are you looking into transitioning? Are you just presenting? So tell us.
I am transitioning. I'm about 3 months on hormones right now.
Okay.
yeah, medically, that's about where I am. I've done a little bit of experimenting with makeup, but like Virginia summers are hot and humid, and like I haven't had that much of an opportunity to do that.
South Carolina, sweetheart.
Oh.
I know humid.
Okay,
but not for
yeah.
much longer, folks. 1 week and 3 days. 1 week and 3
where are you
days,
going?
and I'm on the road. I'm going to Phoenix, or
Oh, I
Vegas.
was born in Phoenix.
I was born in Southern California, and I might just keep going because you know what? I miss Cali. Cali's gorgeous. So
It is.
So we have, you have this experimentation. How did you come out to anyone? It's like, yes, Wendy, Bakersfield. Woohoo, Bakersfield in the middle of nowhere. Sure, I'll go there. No, I'd rather have water. So, did you have to experience coming out, and what did that look like?
Yeah. At first, I was like, just kind of asking random questions that in Facebook comment feeds, and like questions that, and eventually I wound up like DMing somebody because I like asked something that could have been considered like relatively invasive, and like I kind of felt bad.
Right.
And then that's when I came out to that person, and then I came out to the rest of the group. Shortly after that, just as like kind of questioning, and then I came out to my mom on National Coming Out Day, which wasn't that much longer. Cause,
if you're gonna do it on National Coming Out Day. Why not?
Yeah.
You've got the whole world watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
Sorry, I'm goofy today.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, it was. It was an experience. Because like once.
Yeah. It
Right.
sounds like it. So go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, like once I like started like realizing I had kind of ruled out cis after like a couple of months. Just like things really fell into place like a lot sooner than I thought they would. And then it was just kind of like next step.
Right.
And yeah, that was a little under a year ago.
Okay. So you came out pretty quickly from the time of your realization to the, between the time of your realization and your coming out was a short period of time. Okay.
Yeah.
How long do you think it was between the time that you realized, yes, this is who I am, and Mom, this is who I am?
A little under 2 months.
Wow. That is pretty quick.
Yeah, it was quick.
It's hey, there's nothing wrong with doing things quickly. As long as you have this, as long as you feel like you have the support structure there, you can absolutely do your journey how you feel. How did she take it though?
So first, when I first like floated the idea of transitioning, she just kind of got this like look of like absolute horror on her face and was silent for about 30 seconds. And then she was just like, why? And then like how do you answer that question? And so it's after that she just kind of rambled for a bit, and I think like she was concerned about like passing because like this is pretty obviously a wig. There's more hair than there was, but not as much as like there was a lot less hair than I currently have naturally now after having been on Spyro and Rogaine for a little bit.
Okay. Just so you know, I started from a bald head. So, there is hope for all of us. I was actually going very bald. I was losing my hair very quickly, and Spyro and estrogen, Spyro really, really made the difference. And I did not use I did not use Rogaine because it never worked for me before. So,
Oh, wow.
but I just had my hair done today, so you know.
Oh, wow, it looks great.
It's very flowy. I've never had it like this,
Uh-huh.
and my stylist was like, you know, do you trust me? And I wanted to say no, but I did, and it turned out really well. So, okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take we're gonna have to take a quick break, and I'm sorry. This is so unprofessional. I do have an emergency call coming through. So, if you could give me 15 minutes, and so we can reestablish. I'm so sorry, everybody. Please forgive me. I feel awful for this, but this is an important situation. Okay. All right. Jane, I'm going to get back to you.
All right.
We're going to continue this,
Alrighty.
and we're going to get this story told. Everybody, I'm sorry. We'll be right back after these messages.